Rolex isn't just a watch, it's a symbol of precision, innovation, and status. From its humble beginnings over a century ago to becoming the world's most iconic luxury timepiece, Rolex has defined what it means to master both craftsmanship and prestige. In this video, we're exploring the history of the Rolex watch, how it became a legend on the wrist of explorers, leaders, and icons. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell, because this isn't just a story about a watch, it's the story of timeless success. The birth of Rolex and its founder. Heinz Wilsdorf, a 24-year-old German orphan with a remarkable vision, founded the company that would later become Rolex in London in 1905. Originally named Wilsdorf and Davis, the company began its operations primarily as a watch importer rather than a full-fledged manufacturer. At that time, wristwatches were considered far less reliable than pocket watches, which dominated the market. Wilsdorf sought to challenge this perception by creating wristwatches that were not only stylish but also exceptionally precise and dependable. To achieve this, he strategically combined high-quality Swiss movements with expertly crafted English watch cases, merging superior engineering with elegant craftsmanship. This approach allowed him to produce timepieces that met rigorous standards of accuracy while also appealing to discerning customers seeking refinement and quality. In 1908, Wilsdorf demonstrated his marketing insight by creating the brand name Rolex. He wanted a name that was short, memorable, and easy to pronounce in any language, while also appearing elegant on a watch dial. After experimenting with various combinations of letters, he settled on Rolex, a word that carried no specific meaning but perfectly encapsulated the sophistication, modernity, and universal appeal he envisioned for his watches. This forward-thinking branding laid the groundwork for a global identity that would resonate across cultures and generations. Wilsdorf's dedication to precision quickly earned Rolex worldwide recognition. In 1910, a Rolex wristwatch became the first ever to receive the Swiss Certificate of Chronometric Precision, a remarkable achievement that demonstrated unprecedented accuracy for wristwatches at the time. This milestone was further reinforced in 1914 when the Kew Observatory in London awarded a Rolex a Class A Precision Certificate, an honor previously reserved exclusively for marine chronometers. Revolutionary innovations that defined Rolex. Rolex's innovations have consistently combined technical mastery with practical utility, reinforcing the brand's reputation as a pioneer in horology. Beyond the Oyster, perpetual rotor, Datejust, and GMT master, the company continued to push boundaries. In 1953, the Submariner was launched as the first wristwatch capable of withstanding depths of 100 meters, designed specifically for professional divers. Its robust construction and rotating bezel allowed divers to measure elapsed time underwater safely, setting a new standard for underwater timekeeping. In the same era, the Explorer was created to meet the extreme demands of mountaineers and adventurers, reflecting Rolex's philosophy of producing watches that could endure the harshest environments. Each watch combined durability, precision, and legibility, proving that Rolex innovations were not merely for luxury, but for functionality and performance. These groundbreaking developments were often supported by rigorous testing and public demonstrations, enhancing credibility and trust in the brand. By focusing on solving real-world challenges, Rolex established itself as a company that blends engineering ingenuity with timeless design. Its commitment to quality, precision, and practical innovation helped it become the benchmark for professional watches, appealing to explorers, professionals, and enthusiasts worldwide. Over time, these innovations reinforced a perception of Rolex watches as instruments for achievement and adventure, rather than mere status symbols. By solving tangible problems for wearers while maintaining elegance and reliability, Rolex ensured its watches would endure both in performance and reputation, securing its place as one of the most respected names in the world of luxury timepieces. Why Rolex watches increase in value? Rolex's exceptional value retention and appreciation result from a combination of scarcity, craftsmanship, cultural influence, and investment appeal. One key factor is artificial scarcity. Rolex deliberately limits production, creating long waiting lists that can extend for years. This controlled supply ensures that demand consistently exceeds availability, driving up prices in both primary and secondary markets and reinforcing the perception of exclusivity. The brand's meticulous manufacturing process further supports its premium status. Rolex produces its own gold alloys, designs its own movements, and maintains rigorous quality control at every stage. Despite having the capacity to manufacture more, the company produces only about 1 million watches annually. This careful balance of limited supply and uncompromising quality sustains desirability while enhancing long-term value. Cultural significance and celebrity endorsements have also elevated Rolex beyond a functional timepiece. Iconic associations, such as James Bond's Submariner and Paul Newman's Daytona, have turned these watches into symbols of success and achievement. When influential figures wear Rolex, it reinforces the brand's prestige and desirability. Finally, the perception of investment potential has become self-reinforcing. As collectors and enthusiasts increasingly view Rolex watches as appreciating assets, demand grows, driving prices even higher. Certain models, especially discontinued editions or those with rare dial variations, have seen dramatic auction results. The Paul Newman Daytona, for instance, famously sold for over $17 million, illustrating how scarcity, craftsmanship, cultural cachet, and investment appeal converge to make Rolex not just a luxury brand, but a long-term store of value. The modern Rolex empire. Rolex's long-standing prestige stems from a combination of unique organizational structure, meticulous craftsmanship, and strategic branding. Operating as a non-profit under the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation, the company is able to prioritize long-term goals over immediate profits. By reinvesting earnings into research, innovation, and charitable initiatives instead of distributing them to shareholders, Rolex ensures continuous improvement in both design and technology, reinforcing its reputation for reliability and excellence. Vertical integration is another cornerstone of Rolex's success. Unlike many watchmakers, the company controls every step of production, from mining raw materials to assembling the final product. Its in-house foundry creates gold and platinum alloys, while its movement workshops produce some of the most precise and durable calibers in the industry. This full control guarantees consistency, allowing for meticulous quality checks and ongoing refinement of mechanisms and designs, which maintains Rolex's high standards year after year. Equally important is Rolex's marketing approach, which positions the brand as a symbol of achievement and exploration. Sponsorships of elite sports like tennis, golf, and Formula One, along with support for extraordinary expeditions such as climbing Mount Everest and deep-sea exploration, reinforce the idea that Rolex watches are not merely luxury accessories, but reliable instruments for those who push boundaries. By combining operational mastery, technological innovation, and a carefully cultivated image of prestige and resilience, Rolex has established itself as an enduring icon. From the first waterproof Oyster to the Daytona worn by legends, Rolex has proven that luxury isn't just built, it's earned through history. Which Rolex model is your favorite? Drop in the comments. I'd love to hear your pick. If this journey through time inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who appreciates craftsmanship. Until next time, stay timeless, stay classic, and keep chasing excellence.